everyone, I'm Candy and I am back. I had a baby. Her name is Liana and we're all doing great over here. It's been exhausting, but it's finally nice to get back to work. Today I will be making a cat Noir doll. Let's get started. I've only done a total of 3 male doll face-ups since I started this hobby, so forgive me if it's not as interesting as when I do my pretty flowery girls. Anyway, I start penciling the eyes and the mask. It's a very simple face-up really, not much to it. After the eyes are the way that I want, I start coloring in the mask. I'm going to use paint later, but this gives me a better idea if the mask is the right size and all that. Next, I start adding dimension to the face with pastels. This will make all the little details on his face just pop. I also use white and cream colored pencils to bring out things like the cupid's bow above his lips. At this point, I'm focusing on building up that eye color. Taking a break from the pencils for a minute, I grab some black acrylic paint and start filling in the mask. That's looking much better. Alright, back to the eyes. I really want the green eyes to pop against the mask, so I keep building and building color until it's as saturated as I can get it. There, done! Now let's add some gloss to the eyes and the mask. Cat Noir wears shiny leather, so I'll be using a lot of gloss today. Alright, time to focus on the body. The first thing I do is take 2-part epoxy clay and cover the lines of his underwear. I could have sanded it down, I know, but this way is less of a hassle for me, and it's less dusty. Once that's completely dry, I sand it down a little. I also take sandpaper to his joints to give them some texture. That'll help the pastel stick to the doll better. Then I spray the body with Mr. Super Clear and begin the arduous task of pastelling the joints. This is a long process and takes many layers, but it really is the best way to color in joints. Any other way I've tried causes chipping, as you can see in my previous ladybug video. After each layer, I spray the doll again. This takes me about 6 or 7 layers total. Once the joints are as black as I can get them, I start painting the rest of the body with acrylic. I honestly could have pasteled the entire body, but this saved me a little time, so. It takes a few layers as this is very crappy paint, but I eventually get a solid black color to match the joints. While that's drying, I start to work on the belt, cuffs, and tail. So these aspects of Cat Noir's costume have a trim. This works out great for me because I can use thin wire as the trim, and the wire will let the black craft foam be shaped and bent into place without a fuss. It'll also give his tail the ability to be posed however you want. There we go, everything in its proper place. I think he's really starting to come together, don't you? Once everything is completely dry, I paint everything in black. This takes a few layers as the paint does not want to stick to the wire. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, now for the rest of the suit details. I'm doing this part with simple colored pencils. Then I add in a little gray pastels to smooth things out a little bit. Once everything is completely finished, I use Duraclear matte varnish over every inch of the doll. This will keep everything from chipping. After that, I cover everything in a glossy finish. Onto the hair! Get ready for some ugly application, folks. I apply Mod Podge directly to the head and then attach the alpaca weft by weft. I start at the bottom and work my way up. I was actually going to make this hair out of yarn, but I couldn't find a good blonde color. I had this extra blonde alpaca laying around from my old Sailor Moon doll, so I figured I should use it. once the hair is applied and the glue has completely dried, I take an eyebrow razor and start shortening the hair. Make sure to do this part slowly so you don't end up cutting it too short. I'm actually going to leave his hair a little longer than the character normally has so I can trim what is needed after I start styling. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, we'll see. Alright, on to styling. As I get the hairstyle correct, I'll trim the hair down to the correct length. Alright, not 100%, but I'll finish styling once I apply the ears. Using more craft foam, I cut out the ear shape and super glue them to the head. Almost done! Alright, last is the tail. I apply the wire and the acrylic paint and then glue it into place. It gets the glossy treatment too, of course. After I add all the extra little details, he is done. What do you think? I think he turned out pretty good. I think I want to make him again too in the future and do a few things differently. We'll see. Anyway, thanks everyone for being so patient with me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.